Hey, good morning. A little bit of a live stream. It is nearing noon here in New York on a beautiful Saturday. I am coming to you just to say, hey, hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you get out. If you're in the Northeast and it's actually sunny, wherever you are, get out and enjoy the day on this Saturday. What I'm talking about real quickly this morning is that a lot of people are going out and doing things that they're just not prepared for. They're going out and they're doing stuff that they're not prepared for, and they're going into it. You know what? I'm so glad. I'm so glad that people right now are not letting fear rule them, and they're going out and saying, I have no... King, how are you, my brother? People are going out right now, and they're like, you know what? I have no idea what I'm doing, but God put it on me to start live streaming. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I know that I'm supposed to be doing this, and that someone said that. Another person, I tagged somebody, T.O.o.C TV. T.O.o.C and I met in the Starbucks that I do my streams from, and T.O.o.C is growing her YouTube channel. Now, she's not growing it as fast as Breland. You know, she's not big dog status like Breland yet, but she's creeping on a come up. And she already has her page, and she's setting herself up to do things. Hello, Jab. Setting herself up to do things on YouTube. And her production values are great for someone just starting out and stuff like that. Again, not as great as Breland. Go on YouTube and look up. It's Breland's Universe. Go to Breland's page. Breland's Relentless. And Breland has a lot of business advice and stuff like that, especially in real estate, not just limited to the Atlanta area, my soon-to-be additional place to start business from, my second home. But he also can help you get your first house, your starter house, your investment property, any of that. He can help you with that. And plus, he does tutorials and stuff on his YouTube channel. So again, Breland's not exactly what I'm talking about, though. I think Breland has a little bit more savvy than some people, and he's a quick learner. And he's already passed me, and it came from a few conversations, and Breland's blowing up, doing the things he's supposed to do. And my friend Christina, who's probably busy right now, but Christina has been doing, Christina Foxy Red Grant, she's been doing ministry stuff, doing Bible study. Started about a week ago, and it's starting to grow, and I promote it whenever I see it. And it's one of those ideas, you don't wait until everything is perfect. You don't wait until your equipment is perfect. You don't wait until everything is just all put together and wonderful and whatever. You get out and do it. Start yourself up. Align yourself with people who might critique you, but be honest. Get the equipment as you go along, but the first thing is to start to create. Like I do I am still trying to get my first real mirrorless or DSLR camera, but I do a lot of things with cell phones. You know, you guys know Facebook Live wants me to get a Mevo set up and all these things so that they can push it, but I don't have the money yet. So you do use what you have, the materials that you have. You align yourself with like-minded people, and you get out and create. Breland's just talking about Todd Rod. Todd Rod is a genius. He's putting commercials together for us that, I'll be honest, we are living up to the quality of the commercials that are put out. It's amazing what's going on. Like I said, also, look at someone like Jess Garcia. Now, for the show that I do, aligning myself with Jess was important because Jess is a professional. Jess is going to blow up. Jess will be back on TV soon. A lot of stuff she has going on. Not just is she great at relationships, but she's great at streaming. She's great at social media. She's great at television. You know, eventually, I'm going to be honest with you. This is completely honest. I don't believe in being falsely modest. I believe in telling the truth. If you look at, and Breland's on, if you look at Breland, Breland is proud of telling you how tall and handsome he is, but it's truth. Breland is the kind of person that could be on television. I think I'm reasonably engaging enough for you guys to pay attention to what I say. The camera loves Jess when she's on. Rohan's got a great voice. It was up to me. If I had Rohan's voice, I'd be doing voiceovers all the time. I think that the people I have, and if you guys were watching the show yesterday, Hovola talked about surviving his stroke. And then after surviving his stroke, surviving a really bad grand mal seizure, but how he continued to do stuff for the show, come on when he could in between his rehab and stuff like that, getting himself back together. One of the main reasons he's a person of faith, but also his belief in himself is that he's not going to let himself down. And he even talked about it the other day. He said his father was a person of faith. He had to argue his father down. His father goes, "You're going to die?" He's like, "No." And his father goes, "Why do you think I'm going to die?" He goes, "You could die from what just happened to you." He's like, "I'm not going to die because I'm a hoveler." That level of self-love may be bad in certain areas, but when it comes down to it, he's got his own back tonight. That's a hip hop lyric. I got my own back tonight. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Holmes, I'm not playing. Anyway, but you got to have some self-love and stuff like that and some determination. Don't cut yourself off when your dreams start. Don't stop defeating yourself. Yeah, it needs to be, and I'll talk about being realistic and stuff like that. But the funny part is, if someone said to Christina, "You just came back to church," she was an Israelite beforehand. You just came back to church. Are you really ready to do Bible study? No, God told her, look, go out there and just start talking. And I'm going to guide you. And I want to make it happen. For Breland, Breland and I sat down across from each other talking about the stuff I want to do on YouTube and stuff like that. And Breland couldn't get me on the phone because I'm always busy. So Breland was like, bump that. I'm going to go and do what I need to do. Breland actually reached out to somebody about being a brand manager and being a brand ambassador. On the strength of a conversation, he just put the thing in motion. And I'm telling you, I honestly believe that Breland's future definitely is real estate, but Breland is being a brand manager and an influencer. It is in his blood. He's going to do it. Didn't take no for an answer, just went out and did it. Todd Rod, that's the genius we were just talking about. Breland was bigging him up. The commercials and stuff like that. I want to be so annoying in my co-hosts and supporters' lives. They're like, I'm mad at you. I had to quit my job to do this stuff full time. And I believe on telling you what things are happening. I was on something called Rhythm and Soul Radio with a great individual named Marco Nobles. He used to produce the show. He has a internet radio station. So we were talking. I've been putting, my broadcasts and stuff in his groups. And he said to me, he sent a comment to me, he goes, "Look, it's time for you to go back to being on the radio." I've learned a lot since last time I was on there. Thank you, brother. I love you, man. And he said to me, he's like, I commented back to him. I said, "You know what? I have more equipment. I'm bare bones. I'll be doing stuff from my car. But it doesn't cost much to get the Zoom recorder and stuff like that. I can start doing podcasts from anywhere. I carry enough cell phone and cellular power in my pocket to do the stuff I need to do. So I'm going to try to go back to Rhythm and Soul Radio. I'm going to try to get back on there. So all the people that support us, give me a prayer, say a prayer for us, because if I get us back on Rhythm and Soul Radio, there's a connection to actual terrestrial radio, real radio here in New York, and getting the show on. And pretty much he lets it go on uncut. So that means I don't have to censor Mr. Sith when he's on. I don't have to censor Breland. Breland is a businessman, but every once in a while we get a little raw on the show, but, no censorship. The fact that we can have advertisers and make money and stuff like that. And that came on me trying to be relentless and push things forward. And so that's why I love T.O.o.C TV. I'm not sure she can get a chance to see this because she's already busy. And actually, in a way, she surpassed me. Like she was sitting at my table that I use in Starbucks, and we just started talking. She saw I was setting up to do a show with you guys, and she liked it, and she showed me her YouTube channel, and we're just growing. I think I have like 30 subscribers on my channel. I only just started putting some stuff on there. She's about 30 subscribers. I'm going to keep putting her stuff up. So that we can, I want to see her grow and stuff like that. And what it is that this is to all my streams are seen by pastors and seen by, like I said, pastors, and there's bishops that I'm friends with on the show, and I give the most respect to their ministries and stuff like that. But what's happening is we're getting into a period of time now when God has put a fire in a lot of different people. This is for people, the faith community. So a lot of people are going to come out and just start saying exactly what God put on them. It's going to be unadulterated. It may not be neat and clean. I will be honest. One of my friends who just started doing ministry broadcasts had to catch themselves when they got so mad at talking about the devil had done to them. They put curses in it. Colloquially, they put S words and this and that and stuff like that. And the reason was, I said, you know what's going to happen? That's going to speak to someone who is working on not cursing, but they have to have a way to express their human condition, so they curse. And I sat and I go, but you know what? that is going to speak to somebody because I speak their language. If you don't think that Jesus picked fishermen who, there's a legend that the dirtiest mouths in the world, Trump-level dialogue, comes from fishermen. I think the worst dialogue in the world, cursing-wise and saying things off-color, are fishermen and truckers. Fishermen, truckers, cab drivers, all that, saltiest dialogue ever, which is why salty dialogue comes from a person on the sea being an old salt. Yes, useless burnt knowledge. Now you know where it comes from. But even in that, it's not about being refined. The word itself is refined. The word itself is refined. But the mouth that it comes out of, the more you say it, the more the curses get replaced with something else. But right now, since God put it on you to get out there, and it's more important that you speak the word itself in truth, the quotes that you put from the Bible, whatever version you use, NLT. I'm not really a King James person. A lot of people base their stuff on King James. King James has too much flowery dialogue. I like New Living Translation, NIV, or whatever. But you put it out there for the people. As I'm talking to you, the sun is coming out. You put it out to people in a way that they can digest it. So sometimes you need that raw dialogue. Sometimes you need to speak in patois when it gets hot. Sometimes you need to call it like you see it. And that's the thing. You're not caught up in the pomp and circumstance. The only pomp and circumstance is the glory of God. So for the people who are starting their ministries and stuff like that, Facebook is full of it. Get out there and say what God put on you to say. As far as people that are being entrepreneurs and stuff like that, there is no time like the present. Like, I went to a seminar. If you guys follow the stuff that I do, I was in a seminar in Atlanta in February, and I learned something there about starting my own lifestyle brand as far as beard. See, I'm growing a beard. My beard does not come all the way up. You know, it doesn't come all the way up. There's some spaces in it. And I've learned some things to fill in the spaces so that, because, you know, women's that thing that if your beard doesn't meet, then we can't meet either, that whole thing. But I said, this is the beard that I have. This is what I'm trying to grow, and I got to find ways to make it look best. So I found some products that I can use, so I decided to start a line. I had my hat on. I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I said, the way it looked and stuff like that, it reminded me of something. Someone said, you look like a dragon. It was at a party, and someone said to me that with the beard and my face turned to the side, I reminded them of a dragon. So my lifestyle brand for beard products is called Bearded Dragon. And I started just from a conversation that somebody said to me at a party. You can do it too. Now, it's going to take a while for me to get that stuff out, but it's going to come out. And that's the thing. I'm still trying to get my friend Shirley Verno. I was going to put her logo up, but her website is not up. She is actually selling everything to do with hair. And then she said to me, she's like, hey, you can come and put your Bearded Dragon line on my webpage that she's paying for. So the magic marker, but you gotta market it. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not even gonna say it on the air, give it away for free. But a lot of people, there's some stuff you need. Who doesn't like magic marker? I hate when people look like you can tell that they use certain things to fill in their beard, and you can tell. There's other stuff you can use. But yeah, so Shirley Verno is going to her name is Shirley Verno. She's actually going to reach out to my boy Todd Rod about doing a commercial. But the thing is that she says, oh, I'll put you up. So even before I even have my line, haven't even worked out how this stuff is going to go, I have a way to promote it already. And she's definitely going to go to Todd Rod so she can actually work with him on making a commercial like the most he does for taking out of context. Dixon, sir, how are you? God bless you. So yeah, so I'm saying if you're out there, just to go back to the top for the people who just tuned in, I'm saying right now there are a whole lot of inexperienced people out there doing things that people told them they couldn't do. And I could not be happier, because don't let somebody else's opinion tell you can't do it. There are people out there using, I know I'm really big into cell phones. There are people out there using a Samsung J7, which is one of the phones I hate the most in the world. But they're taking that J7 and doing Bible study from their bedroom. And they started out with 5 people, and now they're at 75 people. The first broadcast, they had 8, and I helped them promote it. Now they got 175, and they're in 15 different groups. That's what you're supposed to do. Get out there and do it. And the funny part is, especially if you are divinely inspired, you don't know how. You don't really need to know how it's going to end up. Just know it's going to be a success. and just know that people are going to sow things into and stuff like that, which is why if you look above me, I put a tag for T.O.o.C TV. And the funny part is we're going sort of towards the same audience, but I want to, Rhea Rodney attends the same church that I do, and she has something called I Empower Me. I big her up because even though there's business and there's this and that, when it comes to kingdom business, everybody needs to help everybody else. So like, I don't like it when certain ministries don't want to attend certain other churches' prayer breakfasts or this or that or whatever. We all need to support each other, co-laborers in the vineyard and all that good stuff. Everybody needs to work together. So everybody needs to support each other. And if you see somebody trying to do something and it doesn't exactly take food out of your mouth, Rich, how are you? It doesn't exactly take food out of your mouth, support them. And the thing is, sometimes you have to use some discernment, because you might help some people who won't help you, but it helps your business anyway. It helps promote things anyway. It helps promote the things you're in favor of. That's why I'm bigging up T.O.o.C TV. That's why I'm bigging up Christina Foxy Red. I want you guys to go in and see, and she was, the funny, interesting thing is, having the ability to speak about what you believe comes from her background. She was an Israelite before she came and rededicated her life to God. Rededicated, because she was dedicated before and just in a different way. Rededicated herself to God here at Bethesda Healing Center. But being Israelite, there's certain things that they're really good at, enunciating what they believe. So she took that skill that she learned while she was over there and brought it over here. And she knows how to reach out. And also, I don't know if you know, people are Israelites, you see the men, but the women are the backbone. The women support the men and allow them to be Israelites. They allow them to do the things that they do. And the women actually have a word. So she's using that same voice she had then, but pushing the kingdom of Christ. And so proud to be here at Bethesda Healing Center, literally bullying her listeners to try to find a church for Palm Sunday and to come to Bethesda if they don't find one for Easter service. That's what you do when you're hot. If you sit down and wait till everything is perfect, well, I'm going to worship God, or I'm going to start that business, or I'm going to contact Tide Rod to do my website and all this stuff later on. I will tell you something. In the same way that teaser trailers work, getting your name out there, there are movies that have, as soon as the movie goes into production, it's not done yet. As soon as it goes into production, there are guys who are filming stuff going into production, and they put together, I forgot what it's called. It's a stinger. It's like a trailer for the industry, and you send it around to people. And then after the stinger, you do a teaser trailer. And the movie's still being shot, but the teaser trailer comes up and it's supposed to gain interest. So yeah, I'm going to tell you guys about Bearded Dragon, even though it's not up yet, but it's coming. You do the groundwork and build it up from there. So that's what I'm saying with T.O.o.C TV, with Christina's page, and her stuff is called God's Hair, and she has an analogy for what that means. She's a cosmetologist. A lot of my friends are cosmetologists. Like, for instance, this is another business that I actually went further along with. I hadn't had a chance to tease it because it's actually a niche. Because I'm involved in New York City in cosmetology, I'm selling state board kits. Selling state board kits with the mannequin head, with all the clips that you need, all the stuff you need for it, I'm selling it, and it's cheaper than you buy someplace else. It's a pre-made state board kit, for people here in New York, and that's because I know about 600 cosmetologists, and a lot of them have never took their state board. You have to take it eventually. So you have to start doing it. So I'm going to start teasing that. So Bearded Dragon's also going to sell state board kits and stuff like that, and that's going to be up before June. You have to get your stuff together. Tide Rod says the perfect time will never get there. Trust me, the true perfect time is now. Everybody says it's tomorrow. There was a song, like a house music song called "Now Is Tomorrow." It was a regular song. They turned it into a house music song. Love DJs, but now is tomorrow. Today is tomorrow. Tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day. It does. Now is tomorrow. Strike while the iron is hot. While you're sitting there, like right now I'm doing this, and there could be somebody going through, I'm tired of seeing Bert always on his cell phone. And he had mentioned before that he likes Canon. Look, I see a Canon M50 for sale with a kit lens. I'm going to get that for him so he can do his live streams better. Or I know there could be somebody right now watching it who wants to help out, wants to hook us up. so he could pass his little lighting rig and stuff on to somebody else on the show to make it better. But they wouldn't know they can do that. Like, I have a Cash App, and I would have put it up. You know what it is? I can't remember it. It's $ Hubbard Media GRP. That's my Cash App. $ Hubbard Media GRP. That's my Cash App. Somebody wants to send some money so I can make this work better, but they wouldn't know I needed it if I didn't ask for it. And if I didn't do the shows, they wouldn't know they could sew into it. And I just told you one thing I need a Canon M50 camera with a Viltrox speed booster. That immediately would knock my quality up 50%. I already bought a condenser microphone to use so that my live streams will sound better. One of the issues we have on the show, I'm honest, is that my co-hosts are not as savvy as I am with certain things. If you notice, the two people that don't have any sound issues are myself and Jess. You can always hear me and you can always hear Jess. Rohan and Ahovala, and also you hear it really good from Mr. Sith. You never have clipping problems or anything with the sound. Rohan has a really expensive microphone. We got to find a way to make it work when he's mobile. He has a great desktop microphone. But we need to get the sound better. So, as soon as I get blessed with something, I'm going to send my sound solution to somebody else so that you guys can hear Ahovala better. Ahovala was on yesterday talking about his surviving his stroke and all the stuff that he went through, but people missed part of it because we had sound issues. And the funny part is, even on Facebook Live, what you'll notice is a lot of videos people just use, like I'm talking to you guys open air through the microphone, there's no noise here. You have an issue where not everybody, you can't hear everybody. Sometimes it's hard to hear, you miss part of our messages in that. So that's one of the issues that we have. We need you to be able to hear us. So we're going to work on that. We're going to try to fix that and make that a better situation, But yeah, so there's a lot of things we're building up to try to make better, to try to get things that work better, so that we can increase the products. You guys want to support it. I think one of the things we don't miss out on is we don't miss out on content. We give you guys great stuff. We just got to make it more polished so you guys can spread it out and want to support it and stuff like that. But I really thank you guys for your support. I thank you for being patient with us as we try to grow things here on Taken Out of Context, on Bert Hubbard, on Bernard Hubbard. All of my co-hosts, every time they give a lot and make it grow forward, please support Breland. I'm going to put a link to T.O.O.C TV in here. See, pulling focus. I'm going to put a link to T.O.O.C TV in here so you guys can support that. So during the day, you're going to see this. Right, I'm gonna put this in about 20 different groups, and we're gonna spread it out. And I hope you guys enjoy it and all that kind of stuff. And then spread it around, but spread the word that there's no time like the present. Get on it. If you want to do what I do, you can probably do better than me and surpass me. If I inspire somebody else to go out there and put a show out there that speaks to people, that helps them in their condition, that helps you make money, gives you an alternative source of income, that gives you hope, that allows you, if you want to evangelize and proselytize and anything like that, and I inspire you to go and do that, go and do it. To some people who get upset that my shows that I do have so many things, well, the things I love most in the world, I love relationships, I love my faith, I love politics, I love educating people and stuff like that. And I love people from all different walks of life. So I have comments on here where two people that come from completely different groups find that there's some things they agree about. And they can find common ground. That's one of the ideas taken out of context, that, getting people together so they can understand each other. And people, I say it again, people come and they go, where did you find these people? And that comes from the most interesting thing. I'm getting inbox from a friend of mine who said, he goes, where did you get all these pastors on your page? Those people are odd. And then we actually vid chat, and I'm like, oh, you got new piercings. And he has piercings all from eyebrow to eyebrow. And he was saying that he thinks that the pastors are weird because they wear weird suits and stuff like that. He goes, but that guy, with that pastor, Nelvern, and it was somebody else that was on. He goes, because not every pastor that's on here has a comment, but they do see what's going on. But I think we did one talking about community a while ago, and Pastor Nelvern Samuels had something to say on it. He goes, that guy's brilliant. I'm like, yeah, he's brilliant. which ends the idea that some people think that if you're a person of faith, you're not as sharp as the neighborhood agnostic or atheist or person with different faith. If you're a Christian, you're handicapped. That's not how it works. I want to knock down those barriers that just because people live a certain way does not mean they're not brilliant. Does not mean that you can't share parts of your agenda. One of the things, and I'm going to end this real quick before it turns into preaching. Being involved in politics here in Brooklyn, trying to get on the community board and stuff like that, I find that even on the lowest level, community boards and then the city council and then everything else, it's building coalitions of people who agree on more things than they disagree, or they agree on something in the moment. So if you are a Christian and you are anti what you consider the LGBTQ agenda, or you're LGBTQ and you've been hurt by somebody inside the church establishment, but the two groups come together and you both want to end police brutality. You both want the subways to run on time. You both want the neighborhoods to not be so gentrified that people of color get put out of neighborhoods that they're traditionally lived in. That you want there to be a common sense immigration policy. Whether that, and it may look completely different from what it is now, or it may slightly resemble something the president is currently doing, but with common sense, not the fever dream of a moron, but it's actually something that's cohesive that can actually work. That's what happens. So you can have a coalition with these people. You can agree to disagree on other things, and you guys can choose to fight each other another day. But for right now, let's get the trains running on time. Let's end homelessness in the city. One of the best ways to end homelessness in the city is if LGBTQ and the faith community, because let's be honest, both of those communities have a whole lot of money and a whole lot of people in it, and those two communities together can force the city government to do more things to help the homeless. And when churches find out that the highest number of people under the age of under a certain age who are committing suicide happen to be people in the LGBT community, and happen to be people who are committing suicide in the LGBT community are young youth that identify as Christian. We've got to find a way to help those kids. The Great Pumpkin is coming. So you got to have a way to reach those kids. Reach those kids, it's got to be a concerted effort between the two groups. That's something that we need to have happen. All right, so I don't want to keep you guys forever. Again, I'm going to repost this on Facebook. On YouTube and stuff like that. I love you guys. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day. Get out there and do it. There is no reason for you to do it. And if it's your fear, you got to put it to the side. Especially if you're a person of faith. If you're a person of faith, start acting like it. Get out there and try to fix things. Try to do things. Try something. I will say it again. If I get out of my car right now and God takes me right now, I walk out of the car and have a heart attack or a stroke and die, I have more failures than I have regrets. I will tell you the God's honest truth. I've had more failures in my life where I've started things that didn't work out than I have regrets from never trying to do something. That's an issue. And I have to say that I'd be happy with that I tried things and failed, but I actually tried things. And the funny part is, a lot of my great stories come from comic book writing, concert and show promoting, selling insurance and stuff like that. A lot of those things were things that they turn out to not be whatever. If they had worked all the way out, I probably wouldn't be doing this. I'd be doing something else. I'd be doing one of those things that I tried earlier. But I can tell you, I was an extra on movies. I've written comic books. I've been published in that industry. I have sold almost everything you could possibly sell. I've been involved in so many different things and met so many people, and it's because I tried so many different things. So get out there and try something. Don't die in regrets. Don't die in your regret. And then if you have failure, if you have a failure, turn your failure into a great story that you can turn into a lifestyle piece that you can put on Facebook so that you can get a lifestyle brand of if at first you don't succeed and then grow from there. On that note, Ahovla is going to give you guys, he started a new email address. He does daily affirmations. Literally, you can Cash App him a small amount, or he's going to work that out with you, and you get daily affirmations and stuff like that. And he's going to be available for telephone calls and one-on-ones. That's coming up in the future. There is no reason for you not to take advantage of that. And if there's something on you that you want to do, go and do it, man. Don't sit there and lament your situation. Oh, it's me. Everything is so bad. My dude, did you do something? Did you try? God don't want me to have nothing. God wants you to try everything that's within his laws. But he wants you to try everything, have life, live life, and have life more abundantly. He wants you to do that. That does not mean sitting down and wallowing in your misery and not trying anything because you're afraid. Fear is the beginning of the beginning of a relationship. It's the beginning of wisdom. True wisdom comes from relationship. So if you're a Christian and all you can talk about is your fear, then you haven't grown in a relationship with God. That's just a free one right there. Fear is the beginning. And then fear gets conquered. What knowledge destroys and conquers fear. If you tell Trump supporters the truth about immigrants and that the country is not full and we can make programs, maybe we could do something to vet it. Maybe we could do a better vetting process and stuff like that. But these people aren't trying to destroy you. They just want to live, and not all of them are MS-13. Truth conquers fear. Knowledge conquers fear. That's how it works. So if you're a Christian and you know who you are, stop being afraid and go and try to do stuff. That's all there is to it. I get the nice slow crap from Todd Rod. All right, on that note, I'm going to shut up for a minute. I got to go back to work anyway. So I love you guys. You guys have a beautiful day. I'll be back on during the day and try to bring my co-hosts in as they're doing stuff. You know, I love them. They are busy right now, but I'm going to try to bring them in later on. I know Brother Rohan just finished his Saturday service. My wife and many people that attend Bethesda are at our prayer breakfast. Tomorrow, I think church begins at 10 a.m. Palm Sunday, and then we also have Easter service on a Good Friday service and Easter service on Sunday. Jab, your words I'm listening to, getting back into shape is goal next, I think. That's what it is, my brother. That's what it is. It starts with something. We were talking about it last night. I have told you guys the tale of my homeboy Albert Ward. Like, again, I love my friends. My friends are very interesting. I actually got him on the phone last night. Albert Ward is probably I would call Albert Ward the practical genius. One of the smartest people I ever met in my life. And we were talking about how we used to call him Peter Pan. We thought he'd never grow up, but he's actually grown up. He has 4 kids and stuff like that. And he has a situation and stuff, and we love him. And we're talking about how even him, this guy who's a genius, he got into a rut. And we had a conversation last night, and we talked for almost an hour, which is a big deal considering he's so busy. And he says the thing is, he's never been one to sit still. He's always been one to try and do stuff. And he said one day he woke up and he says, I'm over the age of 50. I'm starting to get fat. I'm starting to have all these things happen to me. One day he woke up and he says, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to have less. I'm not going to have lack. You know, I was built for something different from this. So he started walking and running and getting himself back in shape and stuff like that. It's a work in progress. You're a work in progress. You're a work in process. So that's what he's doing. You know, I keep getting interrupted. So yeah, he's changing his life and getting it fixed. Anybody can do it. You know, since I've been doing live streams, I've been doing live streams since 2015. I was doing just in one group. I was doing my show, Satan Center, which is mainly audio. But doing videos, in the time I'm doing these videos, I lost 100 pounds. I lost 100 pounds from 16, maybe 120 pounds between 16 and 19. And slow and steady wins the race. I'm still alive. I could have definitely dropped weight a lot faster and stuff like that, but that wasn't my process. My process went a certain way. It was really funny. I was talking to my wife about losing weight, and I was like, I wish we could go on the journey together, but my journey is weird. You know, I can lose weight. You know, I can go through a day and just eat a certain amount of calories, but the calories I choose to have for that whole day are things that are fun. So I take my vitamins. I eat enough of the good stuff, but my main calorie of the day is going to be a chocolate chip cookie. It's going to be a coffee loaded with calories and stuff like that. But the rest of the day, I don't eat anything. I'll just eat vegetables and fruit and stuff like that to balance it out, and I take supplements. And I'm fine with that. But I can't. Other people go, how do you eat one chocolate chip cookie? I go, well, that chocolate chip cookie comes out to be like 600 extra calories because it's a big cookie. That's my cheat for the whole. That's my cheat for the whole day. We look at the whole day. Throughout the whole day, all I have for the whole day is 1,500 calories. or 1,600 calories, 1,800 calories. You don't want to go too low because your body goes into starvation mode. But that doesn't work for everybody. Also, in the middle of the day when I'm not talking to you guys, or if I'm not trying to beg people for business, in Astoria or in Brooklyn or whatever, I'm walking. So I walk 9,000 steps a day at different times during the day, which is why sometimes you'll see me in different clothes, because I have connections in different places. I'll go and change my clothes. I sweated through them from walking. But so my process, I can't really share that process with you. They go, I can't do that. I can't get up in the middle of the day and go walk 1.5 miles and come back to work or whatever. Find what works for you. The only problem is that all I can say is that if you have a plan, it's going to work as far as weight loss and stuff like that. I still have a ways to go, but it'll work. But your plan may not look like everybody else's, but have a plan. And if you can take your plan and take it to somebody and they go, you need to use my system. You say, no. I don't want to use your system. What I want you to do is, can you please help me to adapt my, fix my system so it resembles yours, but it's got to be something that works for me. And that's what you need to do. All right. So yeah, Jab, we're gonna hold you to it, Jab. We're gonna hold you to getting better and stuff like that. If you want us, we will give you affirmations every day and push you and be proud of you and stuff like that. Like if you put it up there that this is what you want to do, then bless you, homie. We hope that we're gonna help you get through it. Anything we can do to help, any support you need, any admonition you need, any love you need, you'll get it from us. Taken out of context, Bernard Hubbard, it's a family. Everybody that's on the page, we're family. Even if we don't agree politically or on certain things, the fact that we're all here in this human experience and we're trying to make everybody's walk through it more fun and more joy-filled and more love-filled, that makes us family. So Jab, man, proud of you. Continue to do what you need to do and grow. Past me. It took me all those years to lose 100 pounds. You're going to do it faster than me because you're going to have a strong support system of everybody on here. That's every time you tell us you have a milestone, we're going to clap with you and be proud of you and support you through it. So now you just put yourself on notice with the family. So now you got family that you can go and do it. You can do it. You can change your situation. All right. So that's it. Not trying to preach at y'all, but I do love you. Stop pulling focus. Okay. I had to focus on my gigantic forehead. All right, so hopefully I'll get the braids done. They're holding up this time. And I was going to color vanity. I was going to color the gray. I said, nah, I'm going to leave it. I earned it. All right, guys. So I love you guys. Honestly love you. If you take time to listen to me, look, I love anybody who is brave enough to love me and listen to me. I know I'm a pain in the butt. So if you like me, I love you because I know I'm not easy. But I appreciate you. So please share this on your pages. Jab. Share this so when people see it and they go, hey, you talked about the fact you want to get better. We want to show you some love. Get better. Get better. And there are folks on here who do lots of personal training, like, they do this stuff that they do, like probably Rohan. If Rohan's not on the air right now, if he's not in church, he's probably doing Wing Chun. He's probably doing his martial arts. He's probably doing JKD or whatever. Getting out and do it. Rohan is close to my age. He's a year or two younger than me, and you can't tell, he's not vain, but under all the stuff he has on, he's got the body of a 25, 28-year-old, and you would never know he's his age because he takes care of himself. That could be anybody. Breland is younger than us, but Breland's in good shape. We're kind of blessed with that. Before he got sick, Ahovla was always a big dude. When we were kids, he was buffed and cut up. Mr. Sith a lot of us do martial arts on this show. Mr. Sith with MMA and all the stuff that he does, getting in shape, especially as a man of a certain age, you've got to take control of your physical situation. You've got to take control of your temple. So we're going to live longer. Like I had a conversation the other day with a guy who was complaining about he's in great shape. And this is really raw. He said his issue is getting himself back into shape and then finding now that his desires have come up, but he worries about his performance because for years his wife had become comfortable with their level of intimacy. He wasn't able to do it. He didn't have the desire or the ability to do those things like he used to. Now that he got himself back into shape, he can definitely handle it. He says, wow, this is really weird. He goes, he is back in a condition where he wants to be more intimate with his wife, and he goes, what do you do with that? I'm like, you be happy. You be happy and you do those things. Those things come back. That's one of the things you get back. I'll tell you, as you get back into shape, for some reason, I think the smaller you are, the more effective as a man, the more fit you are, the more effective testosterone is, and your desire goes up. And then you have to make sure that your body can match the new demands that testosterone is putting on you, telling you, hey, let's wake this part of ourselves back up. So that's one of the things. That's why it's important to talk. You know, although 60% of our fans are female, I always say 60% of our fans are female between 35 and 50. There are guys in there, 40%, and there's men in there too. I want to get more guys on the show. So if you have more male friends, put them on here. If you want to meet women, watch this show. You want to talk to women who are interesting all across the spectrum, different age ranges, bring them into the show. But for guys, there's certain things you need to do. Your life expectancy got longer. Let's live a better quality life. It would be a shame to live to be 80, but your sexual health died off when you were 50. That would be a terrible thing. That's not how it's supposed to work. Have life and have it more abundantly. So you got to start taking care of yourself to get that. All right, so I said I wasn't going to preach. I'm done. Got to shut myself down. I'm done. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Thank you for sharing it. Todd Rod, you're a genius. God, continue to bless that mind of yours. Continue to bless your creative process and everything else like that. You need to start a YouTube channel because there are guys on YouTube who are giving away. I was talking about I want a Canon M50 camera, and a person hit me up. He goes, he would have given me one, but he advanced to something else. So there's work out there on YouTube. You could actually do intros and exits for people on their YouTube channels. There's stuff to be done. There's money to be made. You need to get a YouTube channel and put all your stuff out there because you're a genius. All right, so I'm gone. Guys, have a great day. Let me get back out here and make some more money, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless you. Peace.